thank God for everything that he's done so far. Now it is my happy privilege to turn the service over to the hands of our pastor. Give her a hearty amen as she comes, please.
I'm going to preach to you a little while tonight. We are living in a time when everybody is about physical health. We want to be healthy. We want to be strong and all those good things. But you know what? I was reading the word today, and it says this. If thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be a good minister of Jesus Christ, nourished up in the words of faith and of good doctrine, whereunto thou hast attained. But refuse profane and old wives' fable, bunch of junk, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness. For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come. So when I looked at this, I thought, God, I think the problem with the church as a whole, we don't get enough spiritual exercise. We get a lot of exercise for the natural man, and that's all well and good. But I'm wondering what's going on inside. How well are you taking care of the inner man? How well are you being different? Because I exercise myself in the Word. The Word is where we get our exercise from. So we get into the Word and we get to seeking God and what have you, and we find ourselves, feeling so much better. You know what? I don't care what you have in your life. If you take a moment to get in the Word and exercise yourself in the Word, you'll be surprised how much better you feel. You'll be surprised. There's such good feelings with this. And so I find myself sometimes pulling up the Word. I do it every day, but I'm looking into the Word, and whatever you need is there. Sorry, Cliff, I said you were asleep. They said you wouldn't sleep. Your head was down. Oh, no, I need to apologize. He said when he got to the house, he said, well, my head was down. I said, that's a real good one. And then Bernard and Kyle said, no, he wasn't asleep. I said, well, quit putting your head down. Someone think you're asleep. Yes. But anyway, the time we spend at the gym fixing the outer man up, and boy, do they fix it up. The gyms, the people like to went crazy when pandemic came in. They couldn't get to the gym. What am I going to do about the gym? I got to get there. I got to do it. But nobody is that concerned with getting away with God. I need to get to God. I need to get there and get it fixed in me what I need. For sure. So you can't fight like a boxer beating the air if you don't get some real strength and power. You'll just be hitting out here for nothing and getting nowhere. I think it's sad when you look at people and they're so unfit. They're not physically fit. They're not fit. Because spiritually speaking, they're somewhere way out here somewhere. They don't know what's going on. But isn't it strange how we can go to the gym and be totally focused? Totally focused. Nothing's getting our attention. We got it right on here. I got to get this muscle. I got to get that muscle. I got to burn this. I got to burn that. And we stay focused the whole time. Because they say working out, you know, if you don't stay focused on what you're trying to do, you can lose all of that. You can lose your form, the way you stand in a form to be able to lift weights and all this stuff. So if I lose my focus, I don't get the best workout. You ever got one to work out and said, I don't feel like this today. Oh, I don't feel like this. And if you start working out in that attitude, you're not going to finish it. Because you didn't want to anyway. I tell Nisa sometimes when she come over to the house, I said, did you work out? And sometimes she said, I sure did. And then she'll come another morning, I said, did you work out? No. I said, so Delilah told you not to work out? That's her flush's name, Delilah. So I always ask about Delilah, how's she letting you do things today? Everybody in here has a twin, believe it or not, that talks to you. Now, there are some people you couldn't talk them out of a workout. I don't care what's going on, what's happening. They're going to do that workout because they feel like I need this. If I'm going to be healthy, if my heart's going to be right, if all these things happen, hey, I got to work out. So we make ourselves go. I know how many times I make myself go. I think, well, I don't have to fight it on Monday because Monday's my off day, so that's a beautiful day. That's a beautiful day. So I get up on Monday morning, I have such a bounce in my step. Feeling really excited. Not today. Monday's my day. That's my rest day. Now, I used to didn't take Monday as a rest day, but I finally learned that I'd better take it as a rest day. So after I leave church on Sunday nights, I need a good rest, and I need to just lay in it in the morning and just enjoy myself. And mentally, I'm just at ease. Oh, my Lord, thank you. Monday. See, we do not get enough spiritual exercise. The more we are in the Word and applying it, then we begin to exercise it. If you get in the Word and don't apply it, it won't work. You got to apply it. If you apply it in your life, it'll change your life. And everything else, if you apply what you need to do for physical workout, you'll have some benefits. But if you don't, you won't see no benefits. The same thing it is spiritual. You will not see benefits unless you're willing to be exercised in the Word and pray a lot. Pray a lot. I cannot minimize that. You can't even endure hardness as a good soldier without being in shape. The word said, let us endure hardness as a good soldier. A good soldier is a person that's prepared for the battle. How many Christians start out, but you're not ready for that battle, and the devil sends you back to running where you came from? You say, oh, my God, I don't know. I got a feeling like I had the victory this morning. All of a sudden, you're not in shape. Mentally, spiritually, you got to be in shape because the devil attacks the mind. He comes to attack your mind to make you feel like, oh, this ain't gonna work, and I'm just, you tried everything, and you prayed, and you asked God for this, yeah, and He's gonna do it. So I can't let him get in my mind like that. You cannot last very long going through a trial unless you're spiritually fit. You gotta have prayer time. I cannot emphasize it enough. You don't get enough prayer in, there's so many things that's going to get in your way and stop you from being victorious all over the place. You got to spend the prayer time. It is must. I have been saying that probably for years in this church. Pray, pray, pray. Because I'm knowing that when the devil, he's laying low. And when he comes up, he's coming to kill. He's coming to steal and to destroy. But if you've been praying, you are ready for him. Come on, if you will. Put on your Holy Ghost gloves and say, I'm ready to go to war. I'm not giving in. And I don't have to. See? So ask yourself, what do you want to do? Do I want to be a good soldier? Do I want to be fit for the battle? When people backslide, they wasn't fit. They never gave themselves enough to God to have this. So as a result of that, they don't last long. I'm here 53 years later because I became spiritually fit. I applied myself to the word, to prayer, to fasting and seeking God. I had to have that. If you want to be the best, I don't give much emphasis to people that put all the emphasis on the outer man. And the spiritual man is dying. He is dying. And because we don't feed him enough. And you can't feed him Cheerios. You can't feed him biscuits and gravy. The spirit man won't thrive off of that. That's why when you fast, the spirit man is beginning to be blessed. He's beginning to be strengthened. He's beginning to be lifted up. There's no feeling in the world like that. But I look at people and I'm thinking, okay, if you understand the depth of what this is and what God is doing for us in the realm of the spirit, we got to enter into that place. I say go to the spiritual gym and work out. Get a good workout in. Yes. If I think about our guys, they went through a time, y'all went through 15 years. From the day of the raid, 15 years. Should I not be better? Should not I have gone? See, when you go through a real difficult trial, it's supposed to make you. It's supposed to make you stronger. It's supposed to make you wiser and just fit, because in every way you can handle things now. And so the things that used to be a problem to you should never be a problem. Nobody that's being saved for any length of time should be struggling with anything. You just shouldn't struggle with it. It is in the plan of God for us to possess everything that we need, everything. And since he'll give it to me, why not I have it? I have to have it. So when I look at this, I'm thinking, okay, we got to at least get to the place where I can maintain where I am, what I'm doing. I can maintain that. And if you don't, without a doubt, you will not make it. You know what? This is a lifelong race. This is not for a few months or a few weeks. This is a lifelong race. How are you going to be fit to last a lifetime unless you become spiritually fit? So some people die early, some people die late, but whichever it is, I got to be physically fit that I can stand up to the devil. I'm telling you, know what? The devil come around and beat people up all the time, and they let him. You know what? Something I want to say, too, about this. You know, the scripture says, submit yourself to God and resist the devil and flee from him. They ain't got no resistance power. So if you ain't done your weights and stuff naturally, you get to a place you're not very strong. People that work out with weights become stronger. Their muscles become strong. Spiritually speaking, when you work out in the word and fasting and praying, your muscles is going to be able to fight the devil and not give in to this stuff. I can make it. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that you may obtain it. Run that you might win. Nobody wants to get in something you can't win at. Nobody awards people who are failures. Nobody awards people that say, you know, I come in tonight, I hope the Lord will do something to me because it's been a real rough week. Oh, you're supposed to be bigger than that. Bigger than that. I come in this church every week, twice on Sunday, in the middle of the week, and you got to teach and you got to preach and all this stuff, and I've never came in here like this. Never. You know, people look up here and say, what's wrong with Sister Rose? You're never going to have to be able to say that. Because you know what? I am the same at home. I'm the same in the church. No matter where you see me, it is the same. I was up a lot last night. I've been stumbling all over the place. My equilibrium was a bit off today. And I think, but when it's time to come and do what God called you to do, you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of that. You can't say, I can't see. I don't know if I can make it. I've been stumbling around all day. I said, what is wrong with me? But somewhere in there, the equilibrium is not quite right. They say it gets that way when you get tired. Maybe so. Maybe so. But I told Nita, I said, if I run into one more thing today, I was going to ask me, what is wrong with you? Stand up, girl. But you got to do your job. You cannot give in to these little petty feelings. I call them petty because if they can take you down, you are petty yourself. That's exactly right. So I spent the whole afternoon on the phone, counseling. So Kyle comes in and said, so did you get a nap? I said, no, that's not for me. I get one every now and then. When I fall in that bed and just can't turn over, boy, I'm gone. But for the most part, hey, it's part of the territory. So sometimes you got to counsel in time, out of time, whether you up to it or not. You got to talk. You got to encourage people. You got to speak the word to them. And you know what? I would have to speak the word so much to you if you was in shape. No, you speak the word to yourself. I know where I'm at. No, I'm fine. I don't have to call Sister Rose right now. You need to put the devil in a flight. Say, get out. He said, if you're going to run in the race, run to win. I got to win this. I didn't start out 53 years ago to come to a time in my life now where I'm just too tired to pray. You never get that tired. I'm too tired to read the word. Never get that tired. No matter what. You got to take time out. Make time in your life for God. We make time for everything else. I was reading about somebody this afternoon who said that no matter what happens in their life, they always be sure they work out time. I can't afford to miss it. And you find these people are committed. I mean, they will sell out for it. They got to build. They ain't got no spiritual muscle. They flapping all over the place. But when it comes to they pecs and techs and all this stuff that they got, let me tell you, no. But where's your spiritual muscle? So when the devil comes up on you, he got to back up. I told you to get out. You ever seen anybody that's really built physically and got themselves together? If you get too big, I mean, some people just bow down and say, hey, no, I don't mean any harm. No. Time you stand up and say, oh, I don't mean any harm. You know, this joker is fit. You see the biceps, the triceps, and what other steps you got. You know, but the rest assured, you don't have time to waste. Whatever's going on in your life, make the best of this situation because I got to win this. I got to win this race. I got to win no matter what. So if I want to win, I'm going to have to become temperate, in control. I mean, me and Brother Simmons was talking this afternoon. We was talking about how when there's no discipline in your life, you might eat anything, do anything, or whatever, just lay down, don't do nothing. But when you become disciplined, it's not difficult. It might be a little difficult at the beginning because you're so used to being loose all the time. I remember when the Lord first called me to the journey that I woke up in the night, I said, I only do that on a major fast. This wasn't no major fast. I was moaning and groaning in my sleep. So I woke up, I thought, wow, and hard to get out the bed and just all kinds of, keep doing it. Keep praying. Keep reading the word. Keep applying it in your life. It'll change everything. I'm telling you what I know, it will change. Mom said to me the other day when I said I'm going to start eating a little bit later in the day until I come out of prayer. And Mom said, well, you won't be so hungry when you get ready to go to bed. I said, I'm never hungry. I said, well, I'm never hungry. So the kids sit around and laugh and talk this stuff all the time about, so they whisper and say she don't believe in food. I said, yes, I do. You can say what you want to say. Thanks be to God who has taught me spiritual discipline. Where you need to be, where you should be, get there. How important is that? How important is it? See? If you don't have some temperaments in your life, you may fly off and do anything. You got to have control of your own spirit. See, he said a man that's not in control of his own spirit is like a city without gates. Any and everything can come through there. You got to be in control. So when the devil walks up, you recognize who he is. I need you to depart. I need you to get out. Ooh, the greatest feeling in the world is when you tell the devil, you ain't running my life. This is my life. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't have to take nothing off of you. Ain't nothing like a bad Christian that's in good shape. When the devil walks up on him, he recognizes it. He recognizes it. Yep, I don't have to go out like that. So who are you? Don't end up the way the seven sons of Sceva did. You're going to talk about, we adjure you by Paul. You ain't got to misusing somebody else's name. What about you? What about your power? What about your strength? You got to have it. Under any circumstances that it takes, if I have to fast more than somebody else, if I have to spend longer in prayer than you did, it's okay, but I got to get what I need to get. And I am just so grateful to God for what he is doing. I told William the other day when we was talking, I said, William, I thank God I finally saw a change. It took forever. He's been here 20-some years and just now getting changed. Just now getting a little physically fit where he can flex his muscle a little bit. Now, he ain't got no bad muscle, no big muscle, but he got a little something he could flex it. But the people that's in good shape physically, they have been working that for years. That's not just for a brief time. You got to continue to do this. Continue to move forward. Continue to pursue. Whatever you have to go after, but you ain't going to have the strength to pursue if you don't get spiritually fit. You won't be able to do it. Have some self-control, the ability to control oneself, in particular one's emotions. You'd be surprised that people can't control their emotions. Yeah. Everything gets blown up all of a sudden. Just lose it. You got to be able to control that. What I'd like to say, I won't. What I'd like to do, I won't. So I'm in control of my emotions. When you make me angry, I don't go around running all over the place and screaming and yelling to the top of my voice. No. Stay in control. You can if you seek God and walk with him enough. Self-control is the ability to control oneself and one's emotions and control your desire. You know how many times our desire pushes us off the cliff? Because we're not in control. We desire all the wrong things. And then we don't only desire, we go after it. You got to say, no, can't do it. It's not going to work. No, that's not for me. If everybody come around you eating chocolate cake and ice cream and all that, can you say, no, I can't have that? Oh, no. Well, let me have a little bit. You know, you got to take a moment and say, wait a minute, I don't have to have that. It's okay. Instead of just saying, I never could. I always did love that. I always did care about that. That's something I got to have. I just love it. The other day, David, he was coming by my house. He brought some cupcakes from down at the cupcake place, wherever that is. And he said, tell Mom I'm running by there and bring her some cupcakes. I said, you're not bringing me any cupcakes. So he gets there, and Lisa says strawberry cupcake's very good. So he gets there, and Lisa said, Mom, you want to taste it? And I bit off the side. I said, that's really good. Moist cake, nice cream frosting. But I thought, can't have it. Then I told Dave the other day, when I was coming off a fast, I said, bring me a cupcake for my dessert. Couldn't even eat it. You know why? It was so sweet. It was so sweet. I said, that is syrupy sweet. You know what they tell me? Mama, it's not that sweet. Yes, it is. I said, I can't. You know why? Because I have disciplined myself to the point that I can't take things that I used to take. I sit down to a cupcake, tear it up, and eat a second or a third one. Who cares? No, not anymore. So you got to say, okay, how does it feel to be physically fit? How does it feel to be spiritually fit? It just gives me victory and joy. Nobody that is spiritually fit is going through any changes. They are facing the devil head on. They're going through their trials with strength. They're not giving in to nothing. They're doing their thing. And they are victorious, but if you don't pray, you'll never be victorious. If you don't exercise yourself spiritually in the Word and studying and getting to know God, because that's how you're going to get to know Him in the Word anyway. Paul said, these people run for a corruptible crown, but I'm running for an incorruptible one, a spiritual crown one day that I hope to be able to wear. Go to that place rather than, okay, I can't do it. When you hear people say, I can't, they're not fit. When you're fit, you say, I can. I don't like the word I can. It's a defeating word. It puts you down. It puts you in a place where you should not be. But you find yourself sitting there eating self-pity pie, feeling sorry for yourself. Do you know what the flesh's desires is? The flesh's desires is always wrong. I'm telling you, it's always wrong. Whatever's good for the spirit, the flesh don't want that. Oh, no, it'll fight that to the end. Listen to this. Paul said, I therefore so run, not as uncertainty. I am certain about this race. Uncertainly so fight I not as one that beateth the air. I'm not getting anywhere. Who wants to fight like this and never hit nothing? There's a target. There's something you got to hit. I am convinced that the person that just does this, they never really accomplish nothing. Because they never hit what they need to hit. And you got to do it if you expect to be able to not just beat the air. I got to win this. I got to fight. I got to come out of this a winner. Nothing is worse than going into a fight and somebody makes you lose your fight. And people say, I thought sure you would have been able to whoop them. No, I couldn't. You ain't fit. But when you get fit, you can whoop the devil on every side. Paul said, I'll keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself become a castaway. How many preachers get to the pulpit and preach a message, but they are not walking where they need to walk? So he said, I'd have to bring my body under. I have to be disciplined. I have to be in control. Otherwise, when I preach to you, I end up being lost. So what I got to apply this. It's not good for any pulpit, any preacher in the pulpit to talk about, teach you what you should do, and none of it's working for him. None of it. It's got to work for you. So I got to get in here, give it everything I got, because I don't want in the end be lost. You know how many preachers are not going to make it for that reason? They tell you what the word says, but they don't live it themselves. So if you don't live it, you have no power. Power is not in what I say, but what I do. If I'm doing the right thing, God's going to empower me more and more every day. He's going to empower me. Why? Because he's told me what I need to do. Well, if I know I need to do this, why am I not doing it? So I say to people all the time, why haven't you been praying? Why didn't you pray? I just felt like I couldn't pray. No such thing in the kingdom. You better always be able to pray. If you don't, you won't survive it. You won't survive it. That's like having some good, strong energy drink or what have you, so that I can keep going and do what I need to do. And you can't do that unless you do it, unless you're willing to be put into place. You know what? Anybody used to talk to anybody that do weightlifting? Those muscles hurt like crazy. But if you give up because it's painful, you'll never have any. So what? If I'm going to build muscle, I'm talking about pain. No pain, no gain. And it's true. If you don't put your body through, spiritually speaking, you ain't going to gain anything. You got to say, I got to change. I need to get in control of my life. I need to control this, what I'm doing. I got to do that, but if you won't do it either way. Solid food is for the mature Christians. By constant use, train themselves to distinguish good from evil. So some people don't even know what's right and what's not right. They don't know what's good and what's not good because they don't apply themselves. You know how you know whether something is right or wrong? You get lost in the Word. The Word will tell you everything in your life, the way it should be, the way it's not. It will show you every point where you're at. So what I need to do? I need to get into the Word, get to know what God is telling me, and lose myself in that and say, you know what? I'm going to do it. Paul said, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside the weights. Let us lay aside the thing that weights us down. What's weighting you down? Some things in your life will weight you down to the point you can't move. You got to say, no, I got to be able to move. I got to be able to be active. I got to be involved. I cannot allow anything to pull me down. Nothing. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. See? Let us lay aside all the weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. Let us run with patience. This is a lifelong race. You must have patience. Without patience, you cannot make it. Because this ain't one of them 20-mile run or 10-mile run or whatever. This is lifetime. You know what? Everybody that works out that's ever been a runner, they have to pace themselves to be able to accommodate what they set out to do. If you don't pace yourself, you're going to start running real fast. And you're going to stop real fast. All of a sudden, you find yourself saying, you got to pace yourself. You got to know how to breathe. how to breathe through this, how I can get my life through here. Because if I don't, you'll never complete this race. You can't start off at 100 miles an hour. So when you watch people that just get saved and they want to run real fast and real hard, you better slow down. You got a lifetime. Wait for a bit. Go ahead and jog a little bit. Walk a little bit. Until you get in shape, you're not going to be able to do it. You cannot win this race. This is a race that I'm looking forward to winning. It is the best thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't turn it loose for anything. Anything that slows us down and holds us back, and especially those sins that wrap themselves so tightly around our feet, they trip you up. You got to know what I have on. What's in the way? All along this journey, while you're sleeping at night, that's why it's good to pray. When you're sleeping at night, the devil is still, he's planning on you when you open your eyes and say, good morning. The devil said, I'm here. I've been waiting on you to wake up. I got some good ones for you today. Here's something right here. And you don't went to sleep and slept all night. That's why I believe you can actually pray yourself to sleep, wake up praying. Because I want to be alert at all times where the devil is. So many times this happens. You'll say to people, that's the devil. Where they go? It is. Just as dense, spiritually dense. They can't comprehend anything. They've never done enough spiritual workout to be able to stand against the wiles of the devil that come against us all the time. I got to make it. I got to win this. In spite of whatever I've been through, whatever, I got to win. This race will not afford you time out for you to rest along the side of the road. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing no matter what. But you know what hurts people most of all? They never listen to the trainer. The trainer is the person that shows you what you should do, how much you should do, and what you can get out of this way. If you train like this, this is what you'll get. If you don't train like this, you won't get it. You say, well, I don't need no trainer telling me what to do when you will still look like fat, bumpy bum. Yes, you do. You need to listen to people who's experienced. People that knows what it means to work out, how much I got to give to be able to get what I want. What's your goal? Every person ought to have a goal. So if I got a goal, then and the trainer tells me, well, if you want to reach that goal, you're going to have to do X, 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 X. But if you don't do that, you won't reach it. And don't we look at the trainer and say, he don't tell me. When me and the ladies used to work out over in my house years ago, here they come in, they don't really want to work out. They come in that morning and say, Sister Rose, I pulled a muscle in my thigh. I said, go ahead and work out. If a muscle pull gonna stop you, you ain't gonna win. Yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself sometime. Work around it. Work around it. You can work around it and you can make it if you want to. They used to all come in whining, oh, my back, oh, my back. I don't even pay them no attention. I thought, go and work out. We'll talk about your back when you're done. But in the meantime, let's do what we got to do. We don't have time for it. Now, you're going to get somewhere if you're consistent and if you give it everything you got, and every workout is one of the same. You better understand when it comes to the Word, you better work out in the Word. You better apply it every day. You better tell yourself, I can do it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The way of the slothful man is an hedge of thorns. Lazy. Ain't nothing worse than see. I used to work out with people, and they would even follow the instructions on the tape. They said, don't do that. Raise your foot up over here. Just back over here. I said, you see the instructions? Jeanette used to come and work out, and her and Daisy with me. And when they come in, I said, we're going to do Karen Voigt. Daisy said, And Jeanette comes in looking like Karen Voigt. I never laughed so hard in my life. Daisy started working out. We went in the washroom. Daisy's on the floor, laying on her back, trying to get her breath. And she says she's going in the house to go to the bathroom. But she's on the floor. I thought you got to get up and go at it. They hated Karen Voigt. And I know one time I was here in the store, and in the church, and I said, what's that lady's name we used to work out with? Here's Jeanette way across the church. Karen Voigt! Like I never forgot her. Don't want to work out with her. I tried it not long ago and did it again, but I thought nobody wanted to do it. And Daisy would just fall forward and shake her arms and everything like I can't take it anymore. I just laughed myself to death. I think y'all got to push harder. And then she told me one time, quit working out so hard. Then we don't have to go like that. So you got a pastor that's pushing it, you going to have to push it. We need to make it hard so you can make it hard. Yes, for sure. When you become mature, you'll be able to discern the good and the bad and what's now. Your senses have been exercised through the Word. So the more I exercise myself in the Word, the more I'm going to understand what's good and what's not, what's right, what's wrong. And if this is going to work today, it's going to work if you apply yourself. You know what happened? David was used to following God, so God could help him to fight battles. But when he got to Saul, Saul said to him, here, you better take my armor and put it on. And David said it hasn't been proven. Don't get with nobody that ain't been proven. I can tell if you've been proven. I can tell by the way things are. You haven't been proven. That's not going to work. Don't work with people that haven't been proven. Don't call them in for prayer. They've not been proven. After a few minutes, they look it up. I look at people at prayer time at the church. Yeah, praise God. They got to go to the bathroom a couple of times. You know why they can't stay down and pray? And then look up like, grunting, a lazy person will never work out. Lazy people are slowful. You say we're going to get up at 10 o'clock, they come in at 12. So where you been? Child, I was sleeping. I was so tired this morning. It's time to do our business. You're supposed to have been here at 10. The same way it is with prayer time. Prayer time has to be done in spite of. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you face, I got to pray today. I got to get in here. I'm not going to keep putting it off. Man does not want to restrain his appetite for anything, be it food, be it the things of this world, lust, whatever. He does not want to restrain it. I don't want to hold back. I just want to be free. Let it all hang out. People that let it all hang out, ain't no way you pull it in. You can't do it. He said, even if you sit with somebody and your appetite is overbearing, put a knife to your cotton picking throat. Before you just keep on sitting down, going to have a little more of that. I invited Herman Cox. Y'all know Herman Cox. I thought, never again. I invited him over to the house for breakfast. Him and Antoinette. That joker ate all the sausage, all the bacon. And that's there for all of us. He just picked up his plate and raked it all in there. I said, what are you doing? I told him, I said, I won't have you over to breakfast again. We all supposed to be having some of this. This ain't a one man's thing here. No kind of control. Just if it tastes good, feel good, take it. You don't eat up all people's food. He just ate up everything, didn't even consider nobody else. Because he had no control over his own appetite. It ain't just food with the appetite, it's appetites for all kind of things. So you got to control that so that I'm able to be the strong person that God wants me to. If I can't restrain myself, then the devil could bring you anything and you'll fall for it. Every time. See, man does not want discipline, I don't want that. Man, Brother P. Brother P said, no, I'm not going to do that. I said, what you doing? I'm doing 3-day fast every weekend. I said, why don't you want to do this? Well, that keeps me from being able to eat all week. I can't just pig out. So I got him in the house one day, and he screamed to give up. It hurt him so bad. I said, P, why don't you want to do the journey? Mama, I'm doing one thing on the weekend. I said, have you already missed some weekends? Yes, I have. I said, you're just making excuses. And I said, so why don't you want to? He screams. It's got him so bad he screams. He said, okay. I don't want to do this, but if you keep pushing it, then I'll go ahead. The preacher. The preacher. He said, I just let it go, then I'm going to do it. Was full of it. I thought, wow, he really is irritated with me. It's like, let it go. I don't want to. I'm not going to let it go. Because you should do it. Tells Cliff about it. Guess what he says? He says, I'm not interested. I said, what do you mean you're not interested? I need to be able, I need the freedom that if I want to have a quarter of ice cream at night before I go to bed, I want to be able to eat it. Discipline. But God got him though. He said, no. God said, why don't you want to do it? You know what he said? Couldn't answer God. Because there was no excuse. I want to be free to slop it up at night if I want to. I want to be free to, at any time I feel like picking out, I can pick out. I want to be free to do this. I don't want this noose around my neck. Oh, get off of it. But God got him. He said, yeah, that's true. So why don't you want to? I don't want that kind of, he told me from the time I went to, he said, man, that's extreme discipline right there. And he already selling his mind. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. I'm not doing it. Why not? Don't want to do it. Every preacher. The rest of them. Brother Simmons say, can't eat on, you mean tell me on, carry on over on Sunday? I'm so used to having it at my way, my time. That's what we get accustomed to. And God always, his way going to take you over here. Your way going to take you there. He's always going to do that. Always going to do it. So then listen. Then listen. And God keeps coming back. What about this? And different people was asking me about it in the church. And I thought, well, I can share that. My friend Angel sitting back here. Angel said, what is it? Mom, what is it? Okay, here it is, Angel. 2 days later. At least something in the, even something, a drink or something. I said, you're not ready. Just let it go. Like, come on. There's got to be something that I can have. It's got to be. Nothing? I said, Amos, you're not ready. If you freaking out like that, you ain't ready. So God's looking for people that's going to say, yes, Lord, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. And without a whole bunch of talk, I'll do it. You know, talk is the cheapest thing you can do. But when you actually get into action with it, it's going to change your life. Change your life. It changed my life. Made me another person spiritually, physically. But the last thing the flesh wants is discipline. It doesn't want that. It wants the freedom to be a fool all day long if it wants to. Just do whatever. Doesn't matter. Peter said, gird up the loins of your mind and be sober and hope to the end. Gird up the loins of your mind. Bring it together. What is gird? It's to prepare for action. That's what I need to do. I need to prepare for action. To tell them to get ready for war. Gird up your mind. Bring it into place where it should be. You got to man up. That's what it's about. Manning up. I can do it. Don't tell me you're a man and why you whining. It's worse than a whining man. What's the problem, baby? I know, Sister Rose, I just don't know. We need to have emotional restraint, moderation. Moderation should be in all of our lives. Temperance is believed to combat the sin of gluttony. That's what it does. It combats that sin. Y'all won't do that. Give me as much as I can get, and give me seconds. Self-control is often about redefining what is pleasurable to you and to keep destruction and behavior in check. It is about taking power over your own actions and learning to ignore immediate impulses, no matter how powerful they may be. I don't have to be moved on impulse. That's what people do. They do it without thinking. Don't think about it. Paul told the Galatian church, you ran well, but who hindered you? Why did you stop running? Why did you quit? You ran well, who hindered you? Me? Paul said, I'm pressing toward the mark. I got a goal in mind. I'm pressing toward the mark for the prayer, for the prize. For the prize is a reward or an outstanding achievement. I was able to achieve this. That's how I get to heaven. That's how I get there. If you want to go to heaven, you're going to have to win this. If you don't win, you're not going to get there. If you couldn't even say yes to God on this, how many other things you're not going to say yes about? How many? See, Paul said, I got my mind set on something. I got a goal. I'm pressing toward that goal. I must get there. You must get there. He said, Timothy, stir up the gift of God which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. Stir it up. Get stirred up about what you need to do, and then move forward on it. Don't just let things lie dormant. Oftentimes we do. Just let it lie dormant. No, make it happen. We need spiritual training, and the training must be strict. Teaching or developing oneself, the more training you get, the more strength you need to endure. You will endure if you get trained right. Too many amateurs try to train. You need direction. Somebody need to tell you. Somebody need to open up your eyes and let you see. Say, well, you wouldn't want to do it that way, would you? My kids say I don't listen, but that's not always true. I asked Kyle, can I do it? No, Mimi, you can't do that. Do I want to do it? Yes, but he told me that's not good. Mimi, you shouldn't do that. Okay. So, won't do it. I said, why has he got to be right all the time? Well, he knows a little bit more about working out than I do. See? I got to be able to accomplish. You know what people do? They turn off going, they get involved in training spiritually, and they do pretty good, and they pat themselves on the back like they done something really big. And the bottom line, you ain't even get off the ground yet. Not even off the ground. People that don't take teaching, that don't take training, don't listen to your trainer to train you what to do, you'll never be successful. You'll never be successful. I got to be able to last. I can't just do a short training session. I need to progress. People still praying 15, 20 minutes. How long you been saved? You shouldn't be there. I can't imagine praying 15 to 20 minutes. Are you kidding me? That was new convert stuff. Well, we got a lot of new converts in here. Looking around, seeing what time it is. Watching the clock at prayer time. so I can see whether or not I need to continue this. Godliness is profitable. The more we get more of God, that's the most profitable thing, because anything else we get is temporary. It's temporary. But if we want to really make it, we got to get ourselves wrapped up in God and spiritual things. Then we become stronger and stronger all the time. All the time. Listen. It says, say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat of the fruit of their doings, if you live right. Thou shalt not build and another habit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and thine elect shall long enjoy the works of their hands. You're going to enjoy what you put time in on. Give it everything you got. So I'm going to get better. By the time we come back down here again, you should be way out there. How you doing, Beta, with what we talked about the other day? Doing what? Okay, I'll get you tomorrow. Yes. No matter what you put your mind to, let it be the spiritual man first and then the natural. Get somewhere spiritually. Start moving. Start going after God. Start hungering after God. You can have it all. You can have the outward man, but don't feed him everything and feed the spiritual man nothing. While the inner man perish. While we're doing all the stuff to beat it up on the outside. Ain't no use to die and going to hell with muscles. I mean, that is a problem. I got some biceps. You're not taking them to hell. Because when you get there, you're going to leave them wrinkly things in the grave. Yes. Understand. When I get ready to go to heaven, I want to be ready. I don't want to waste my time. Sin is the most unprofitable thing that we can have in our life. We got to be able to pass it. Get past it, no matter what. I got to win this. And you can. You can. I used to go to the gym. There's so much homongering and whores up there. I thought, I ain't going back up there. Just nasty. I kid you not. Nasty. I was walking around the track, trying to burn a little fat. And I noticed this man every time I came back around, he said. So I said, every time I go back around, that man is just grinning. What's he grinning at? Oh, he likes your chest. I said, I'm going home to do my workout. This is unbelievable. Every time, like a freak. God help us. And these men, they got a problem with women. You shouldn't even be at the gym. Because that's a meat market. That's what it is. Don't go up there. She's going to come over and say, look, I was watching you, how you did that, and I've been trying to learn those procedures myself, and could you show me? And here you come. She's going to back up against you. And your arms is around trying to show her. That devil is playing you, sonny. Because after a while, it's like this. So what's out front? Your back is up against her. Put the hands around the front. Come on. I just admire the way you work out. It's always so intense. You really know how to do it. And you standing there like a dumb idiot talking about, well, I try. Exactly what they do, I try. She's charming you all over the place. And they can't even see it. They're just real stupid. Solomon said, I saw a young man when I looked out my window, void of understanding. In other words, stupid. And the whorish woman waited for him. He said, can you come into my place? You're what I've been looking for. And men so stupid. I don't know. if I'm what you're looking for or not. All messed up already. Already. Listen, you got to subdue fleshly lust. Some people love the opposite sex attention. They love it. Give me that. Oh, everybody's looking at me like they really think I'm beautiful. You ain't no beautiful for nobody else. Look in your mirror. Why do you believe that? You know what I mean? Yes. Flattery should get you nowhere. This is a pitiful generation. I hate to look at them. I think, oh my God, every time you look up, there's another weak man. God, thank you for making me a woman. Oh, thank you. And a strong woman. Don't let nothing get in your way of what you want to do spiritually for God. In the end, you'll be glad you did it. You'll be glad you did it. You can do it. With the help of God, you can do anything. Listen to the trainer. Listen to the person that God has put in your life to teach you. And don't think you know everything. You just got here. It took me 53 years to learn. I'm still learning. All these people come in here and all of a sudden, well, I tried that. That doesn't work for me. Yeah, does that really make any difference? Because it didn't work for me. You heard these people say, I done tried every diet. And I ended up going right back where I was. What did you do? Did you continue with it? No, you didn't. That's how you got back there. That woman on the commercial said, I just can't stop eating. Crying, whining. There's a lot of people in the church do the same identical thing. You just whine all the time about what you can't do, and I don't know if I'm going to make it, and I tried to pray. I couldn't get through. You better always be able to get through. Always. The time you don't get through, the devil already got it set up for you. That's the truth. You got to make it count. Set your eyes on the prize. And I won't be stopped for anything or anybody. And I won't call in question what God's calling me to do. I just do it.
I'm glad that man, he didn't let teardrops fall. You know what? I know he'd find joy in every tear that I shed. Oh, see, and I'm glad that man didn't make heartaches. 'Cause I know he'd give me more. He'd give me more than I could bear. Oh, see, and I'm glad that man, he didn't create me. Oh, Lord, for one day. Man, he surely forsake me. Oh, and I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that God, he made me. Well, see, he made us in